Hi guys. Okay, this has been quite a long time coming, and so getting back into my portfolio. There's been some big changes. Some of it I've been happy with. Some of it, actually made quite a bit of a mistake. So I'm gonna go talk to you about this, let you know what happened. Um, but anyway, if anyone is interested in investing, then please look in the description of this video. There's going to be a link to Trading 212 referral. So if you want to get started trading on an app like this, that's a great place to start. Gives you a free share up to £100 or 200 on free trade. And if you have any questions, just send me a message on Instagram, and then I'll get back to you. So anyway, let's get started on this. So you can see I've made quite a bit of an investment since the previous video. So now I've invested £13,108, and that has a return of 79. So before I tell you what happened, so before, with a lower investment, I did have returns. My return was at positive 300. So what I did was I got involved with pies, and in theory, I didn't use this because I considered like the concept is basically it reinvests your dividends and it distributes equally the funds that you put in. So if you put in £10 between 10 shares, you decide to give each one 10%, then it's gonna be distributed like this, and so that's okay. And also, when you receive dividends, it's gonna distribute that equally between whatever amount you decide. So what I did was I wanted to import some investments in because it's kind of treats it as separate from your main investments until you import it into the pie. So I imported it, and then I decided I want to get rid of certain shares, so I had to export it, and I decided to do this option, which is basically what is it? So rebalance. I wouldn't recommend doing this. So what it done is it kind of deleted some shares I had, depending on the rate I had it in. So, and it sort of made them meet the percentages. So I had 6 shares of Microsoft before, and then I rebalanced and it reduced it to, I think, 5 shares, and then other shares increased. So it was dependent on whatever I decided in this. So for some people that's okay, but I did have some good rates before. So one of them was AMD. I used to have 12 shares of this, which I need to get back to. My average was at 56. Now it's at 60. But I do intend on repurchasing this, get it back up to 12. This is a great company. So at the moment, so they've just launched their Zen 3 architecture, which is doing really well. Figures better than expected. And also they're considering doing a merger/acquisition with Xilinx, which is like an aerospace company. And also like it kind of expands the industry for AMD. They can do a lot more and also get into artificial intelligence. So it's a great business move for AMD, kind of following the lead of Nvidia. So I'm hoping that goes through, but not before I get to 12 more. So I'm going to see how this goes. Same thing, AbbVie. I had 7.5 shares before, and I was quite happy with that. But as I said before, the rebalancing kind of decided to distribute more shares to this. So now I have 9.377. And AbbVie is a great company, but I would have liked to purchase this at a lower rate. So my average before was I think about $75. AGNC also I had 55 before, and this is a really good REIT. I would have received about five, I think £5.60 from this, Now I'll receive about £3 per month, which is still good. It's probably one of the better value REITs you can get. And overall, they're performing pretty well. They didn't have to sell as much compared to other companies in the same industry. So I'm a big fan of this one. I could have went more for Realty Income, which is like, it's a quality stock and it does well, but it's also much more expensive. And this one has been rising quite well. It was performing excellent before like this pandemic hit. So my average price is £11.38. Then there's so Apple. I actually didn't have many plans to grow this too much. I just wanted to have a stake in Apple. So I have £400, 22 in the green, and 4.51 shares. This is also a result of the rebalancing that I did. AT&T. I was really peeved about this one. So they went ex-dividend on the 8th, and I actually did the rebalancing on I think it was the 7th, which is not great. That means I did have 50 shares before, which would have got me about £15 in dividends. So I managed to buy quite a bit to get it. I think it went down to 20, so I've got it back up to 30. I think I'll get about £9 in dividends, which is still good, but it could have been better. So if only I managed to wait a little bit longer before rebalancing, assuming if I knew what it was going to do properly. But yeah, still not too bad. I can at least lower the average for this. So I plan on getting back to where it was. So my average price is $30 or £23, which is still good. As a company, they're doing pretty well. So they've managed to sell DirecTV, which they acquired for 49 billion, sorry. And I think the management are trying new things. They know they need to make changes, and I think they're doing fine. They'll be okay. Then there's, let's see, Boeing, this company. I'm not sure about long term, as in like 10 years from now, but I'll definitely want to keep them for around 5 years. Eventually sell them, especially when they get back up to where they were. Even if it's only half of this, I'll be happy. So it was around $320 per share. Now it's at 168. So my average is $148 or £119. And I have 3.9 shares. Then there's, let's see. So SceneWorld. I've been using this one as like short selling it, trying to just holding it for a while for these like going up and down. So I was getting some good gains just buying and selling at these small drops. I did expect it to increase a lot more, but I kind of bought it at I think around 48, and then it dropped more. But eventually they will go back up. I think they'll be okay, but at the moment they are having a lot of financial difficulties. I think their real estate is suing them for closing down the cinemas at the moment because there's no new films coming out, so they were relying on the new Bond film, which ended up not coming out. So I think they're going to close temporarily until I think it's March, and then from that date, it should have a huge jump, especially when they announce they're coming back. I imagine this will go at least up to 30, like 38, 40-ish. So I'm not sure if I'm going to purchase any more shares of this, but my average is 38 pence, sorry. Yeah, so GSK is a good company. I purchased one more share of them. My average is £16.20. Let's see. So Lloyd's, they're pretty cheap at the moment. So I'm trying to just lower the average on this. I probably stick to 1,000 shares, and I think there are plans that they're thinking they can bring back the dividends kind of soon. Even if it's only 1p a dividend, that's still going to be quite a lot. This is the one, Microsoft. So I've returned this back to 6 shares, but I wish I had the average price I had before. I did have, I think, $169 average, which is about £125. So it's not quite as low as that now, but it's still quite a hefty return. So this is my biggest investment. And I think McDonald's recently also increased their dividend. So I think it's went up to £1.20, but I need to double check. But it's definitely increased. And then there's Tesla. So I'm going to hold on to this. I believe this is going to be like a big part of the future. So they're not just the car company. They do solar, they do electricity. I think they're going to disrupt the flights, travel. I think they're going to make major changes. So I'm going to hold this. And I think the price target has also been increased to 578. So that's good for me. And this one, Upwork. So I believe in this company and it's doing really well at the moment. So it's similar to Fiverr. So it's like a freelance website which is doing really well at the moment. Fiverr had a huge return. So if you managed to get into that a couple of months ago, you would be up like 200%, or I think 1 to 200%. Upwork has a similar trajectory, so I'm going to hold this and just see where it goes. As you can see, it's increased a lot. My average was £11.59 or $15. Yeah, so anyway, thank you for watching. So if you're interested in investing, then please check out the description, and then you can take a link to my Trading 212 app and then see how it goes. So if you have any questions, then please send me a message or leave a comment in the description. Thank you.